which is a very arbitrary and ruthless arrest of a 84-year-old person who is not in good health. And I think it is actually a demonstration of ruthlessness aimed at showing that the government is capable at anything to suppress dissent and to harass people who stand up for justice.
Took place.
What is happening to me is not something unique happening to me alone. It's a broader process that is taking place all over the country. We are all aware how prominent intellectuals, lawyers, writers, poets, activists, student leaders, they are all put into jail just because they have expressed their.
Dear friends and viewers, this video is about the arrest of Father Stan Swami on 8th October 2020, aged about 83 years old, who has been associated with the sufferings and pains of the most marginalized tribal communities in Bihar and Jharkhand states for the first 30 years with selfless service for the emancipation of tribal folk from the onslaughts unleashed by the corporates to evict the tribal people from traditional lands. The National Investigation Agency, which is said to have been dealing with anti-terror crimes, had arrested Father Stan Swami, alleged to have been connected with the Bhima Koregaon case in 2018 and alleged link with Maoists. Both the allegations leveled by the National Investigation Agency is far from truth and ground realities. Father Swami has stoutly denied both the allegations and he supported neither the Maoist nor connected with the Bhima Koregaon case in 2018. If things happen to be so, then why for and what for Father Stan Swami has been arrested by the National Investigation Agency and languishing in jail without any bail and termed him as an anti-national? The first and foremost reason is this: Father Stan Swami has questioned both the central and state governments steadfastly and relentlessly fought for the cause of tribal communities against the interests of the corporate companies close to the ruling central dispensation. Secondly, he has relentlessly questioned the non-implementation of the 5th schedule of the Constitution, which protects not only the tribal rights but also the autonomy on Panchayat areas located in tribal areas. Thirdly, he has vociferously expressed his opposition time and again to the amendment of the Land Acquisition Act in 2013, which paved the displacement of lakhs of Adivasis from their original inhabitants. He has meticulously documented all the violations that have been connected by the corporate giants and summarized all the profits earned by the corporates. Dear friends, the most important thing is this: this has created vigilance and awareness among the tribal communities and how they have been exploited by the Western interest for decades together and organized themselves to assert their tribal rights and human dignities and human values. Very recently, he has made awareness camps in various forums and meetings tirelessly about the Adani group acquiring land at throwaway prices for a plant in Goda in jargon. The Adani Group had got environmental clearances with no point of time and dared to bulldoze a large portions of the standing crops against all norms. Further, Swami opposed this move, and the next move of the powers close to Adani ended in the arrest of the father by the National Investigation Agency and a tribal activist, human social worker, and an educationist who has been closely associated with the teachings of Brazilian educationist Paulo Freire, and he has been termed as anti-nationalist overnight. Fourthly, Father Stan Swami has never supported the Maoists, as thousands of tribal lives had been ruined owing to the accusation of involvement with the Maoists. In fact, he was responsible to save the hundreds of tribal youths and Adivasis under trials, to discriminate, arrest, and move the High Court to release them free from the jails. Finally, he had the courage to empower the Adivasis and made the request for justice and dignity in all walks of social, economic, political life of the country. My point is that Father has rightly said in a letter addressed to his associates prior to his arrest, that is, in conclusion, during the 3 decades he has tried to identify himself with the Adivasis for a life of dignity and social respect. In the process, he had expressed dissent. Several policies, laws enacted by the government and which is against the spirit and letter of the Indian Constitution. Hence, he had questioned the validity, he has questioned the legality, he has questioned the justiceness and of the several steps taken by the government and the ruling class. These all are the reasons for why he has been arrested under the National Investigation Agency. Dear friends, finally I conclude that you could find the photo shots screened in this video by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi while he was visiting the northern states and the statistical tribal areas. In those areas, he used to attire in tribal dress, that it is in culture. It's quite okay. We have no objection that the Prime Minister of India is reflecting the social and cultural heritage and the country of the northeastern states, including this Chhattisgarh and other tribal areas. Our point is that all this is welcomable, but the fact is, under the present context, whether the Prime Minister of India is going to stand with the tribal peoples and their tribal rights or with the Adani, this is a $1 million question to be answered, none other than by the Prime Minister of India. Thank you so much.